This is my 2K22 end of the year video. In this video, I'll be talking about what a lot of content creators don't talk about, and we're really going to dive into the life of Koza. So if you're loyal to the channel, or if you're one of my loyals, one of my Noti gang, this video is going to be for you. For 2K22, we went all the way from 8,000 subscribers to almost 32,000 subscribers. I really wasn't thinking much of it when I first started uploading. I really was just playing the game for fun, and then I uploaded like the day after. The views started hitting, and you guys really started showing a lot of love in the comments. Now this year, I improved my thumbnails drastically. I started the year doing all of my editing and all of my thumbnails on my phone, and I'm now doing all of my editing and all of my thumbnails on my computer. I used to edit my videos on my phone, and now I'm fully editing my videos with Premiere Pro on my computer, improving everything I can this year. I grew as a content creator, grew as a person, and definitely developed as a player, matured as a player. 2K22 was my grind year, and now I really put myself in a position to take off and blow up. Now, if y'all don't know, 2K21 should have been my grind year. But you know, that was like a really dark time, and I'm gonna get into that later. But this year I never switched up. I was always genuine. Obviously not everybody's perfect, but I always tried to be genuine. I always try to make everybody better at the game and everybody's time on the game better. I want to make people better at the game so they win more and they just enjoy their time here on the game here, because I know the game is what a lot of people, that's all they got, is just the game. I had doubters after gaining so much momentum, and I proved them wrong every single time this year. I started stream sniping. I know stream sniping is nowhere near as big as it was in 2K19 and 2K20, but I still stream sniped, prove people wrong just to put my skill and have two content creators go back and forth. This is my first year getting into actual comp pro-am. I won the BB3 League finals. I won the MPA League finals. I won NPA Defensive Player of the Year as a lockdown the very first season that I played. I met a lot of amazing people. Shout out to everybody on my pro-am team. I also lost a lot of people. That has to do with me really maining current gen this year. 2K21, I played next gen, so it's just so split. I lost a lot of people. A lot of people left the game. A lot of people just was not grinding and was not in the right headspace, which that's okay. Like I said, I feel like I could have been at 50K right now, but with the distractions, the mental things, I really like battled with a lot of mental things in 2K21, and that's really something that I wanted to work on. It's not just thumbnails and editing. It's like working within yourself and in my head. Like I really had to check that, all the mental stuff, because depression can paralyze you. And it's like, if you're letting it do that, if you're letting it keep you paralyzed, you're really letting that win. You're letting the mental battle, you're letting that depression win. And that's the battle within itself, just trying to push through whatever it is you're feeling or going through. Now I write in a journal. Like I'll be up late at night, you know, with like thoughts bouncing around my head, and like having a journal and actually writing stuff down with a pen and paper, it just helps out a lot. Because I don't really be talking, like as a man, I don't really be putting my info out like that. Not even like my IRLs or nothing like that. I don't be telling them nothing, because like you see, even if you tell people stuff, they, no matter how close they are, they're gonna use it against you sooner or later. But writing down in a journal with pen and paper, really, like, it didn't like do everything, but it definitely releases some tension and helps a little bit with that mental battle. And I didn't know, whenever I started content creating, like, you really got to think worst case scenario is going to happen in your life. Like the devil's going to try to stop you however he can. You really got to think the worst case scenario, and even worse than that will happen to you in life. And I just wasn't prepared for that, especially in 2K21. So I knew coming into 2K22, I had to be mentally prepared. And I thought I was mentally ready. I am a lot better mentally this year than I was last year, and in a way better headspace. But it's a marathon. It's something to get over. Another part of the reason why like I'm not where I want to be this year is because the first 2-3 months of 2K came out, y'all showed so much love, and I'm not gonna lie, the first 2-3 checks of YouTube hit, and I literally got, like, I moved into my own apartment. I had my own room. My bed right now is the biggest bed I've ever had in my entire life, and I had food in the fridge. I had, you know, a closet, my own bathroom, and I was just so satisfied with life that stilled me too. I always said growing up, I just wanted to be as successful, so whenever I'm hungry, I can have something to eat. That's how successful I wanted to be. I remember back, I was at church, and I had one of the best days of my life. I went to church 3 times. I started going to church in 8th grade, and I went all the way, you know, till out of high school. I went to church 3 days out of the week. I remember having the best days there. That's why I'm such a church dude now, because I like everybody that I met there was so pure, and they wanted to see the actual best for me, and that was the only real love that I've ever met besides my family in this world. So I remember being at church, having the best day ever, just couldn't get the smile off my face, and then going home, you know, not remembering anything from back home. Like, I walked up the stairs and I opened up my door, and I didn't have a bed at the time. There was just, you know, the floor was ripped up. I didn't have a blanket to lay on. I had one blanket and one pillow, and I tried to like fold the blanket to it be under me, so I wasn't laying on like straight floor, and for it to be over me. And I remember just waking up, going to school, and just being like my shoulders were sore because I was a skinny kid. Like, everything's just laying on the floor, and I remember just being so sore from laying on the floor, sleeping on the floor over and over again. So just having a bed is just like, that's success for me. Like that's where I wanted to be all along. Like, I never thought I wanted to be, you know, huge as a kid. I never wanted to do big things. I just wanted to have like that bed and you know, the food in the fridge and all of that. Because I grew up, God bless my family, I grew up in my household, it was my mom, my dad, God bless. My parents are still together, God bless, thank God for that every day. But I grew up with my mom's, my dad, my cousin was living there, her baby, it was me, I had 3 sisters, a brother, my niece, all in the same crib. So, you know, like, and with only like my pops and my sister were the only people working in the crib, because, you know, I'm sitting there like a youngin', like, you know, 11, 12, 30, like whatever it was. So we only had 2 people working in the crib. So like, just having that, it was like times were tough, but like, it's like, I'm blessed to have the family that I have, because we all like survived tough times together. So that's really brought my family close together, and, you know, I'm blessed to have that. But one thing I learned is that you could be on top and fall completely to the bottom. I remember driving down the road and just feeling like on top of the world, bro, and just being in the best mood, and then just a few days later being at complete rock bottom, especially mentally. God bless, I got through everything, especially 2K21. That year like was really the darkest time of my life, but I got through it. I always had people, you know, IRL and on the internet, but especially IRL, just saying I'll never get anywhere, and they laughed like, you trying to get big on the YouTube, you're trying to upload YouTube. And I remember they laughed, and even today, like even like a week ago, bro, whenever somebody, you know, is like getting in an argument with me, it's always, oh, I'm not, you know, arguing with a dude that plays 2K for a living, I'm not catching a charge over a dude that plays 2K for a living. And before that, it was, oh, you're not gonna, bro, who do you think you are? Like, you're not gonna get nowhere on YouTube. Everybody wants to get, you know, somewhere on YouTube, and like, it's not gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna be able to do it. And I heard it all, especially like in the dark time. Dudes knew I was in a dark time, and they just like they were just on my ass, bro, because they knew I was down. So it like gave them a thrill or something. So they were just on my ass. But I can't thank y'all enough, especially everybody watching this video, my loyals, because I know this video isn't going to get a lot of views. It's just the end of like 2K22 video, wrapping it up. But I just want to thank everybody that's watching this right now, especially people like Till House. You know, he was there for me every single time. Justin, which is Big Full, that's my GOAT IRL. I love the dude. And especially JR. Like, I met the best people on this game. People ask me, why am I on the game so much? Why wouldn't I be, when the best people I've ever met in my life, I've met on the game? I remember being in the airport, no bread at all. No, and I had to stay, you know, the night in, it was Fort Lauderdale, Florida, right? And I had no bread. And I was just, you know, I was just trying to get away, right? I'm states away, all the way across the country type shit. And I remember telling JR, I'm like, bro, it's kind of bad here. Like, I ain't got no bread for a hotel. I ain't got nowhere to stay at. I'm gonna have to stay, you know. I was gonna have to stay in the airport. And JR was like, yo, I sent money to your PayPal. Go ahead and get a hotel. Let me know when you're there and safe. And it's just like that. Like, I've told, like, that's not the only thing JR ever did for me either. Like, JR does big things over and over again for me, and I just can't thank him enough. Like, JR's really the realest dude I've ever met in my life, and I've never met the dude in real life. But when I get into like a bad mental state, I try to think of like how lucky I am to like be living the life that I am right now. I know it's not big, but like, it's to most people, but it's big to me. Like I said earlier, just being grateful for everything that I have, even if it's the bare minimum. You know, thankful for everybody that I met, and you know how tight my family is. I definitely learned this year that YouTube is one step at a time. It's a full-on marathon. It is not a sprint. It's a whole journey of learning. You got to get better as content. You got to get better as a content creator, as a person, as your thumbnails, your editing, but you also like you're still a person. You still have to deal with like real life shit. So like you still got to go through like the worst of the worst or whatever it is, while being able to still be a content creator and still hop on the game, hop in front of a face cam and just be cool and try to act like shit's cool and just get better at what you're doing. I try to be nice to everybody. I want everybody to get better and have fun on the game. Like I said, the game is a lot of people, the game is all they got. And the game was all I had growing up too. And even now the game keeps me out of trouble. Like August this past month, I haven't been playing a lot. I've gotten into like a bunch of weird bullshit, but I've always learned, like, as long as you're right with yourself or trying to get right with yourself and you're you know, right with God, and you just treat people nice and you treat people how you want to be treated, and you're just a genuine person, it's gonna come back to you. I don't care if you believe in God or you don't, or if you believe in spirits, energy, good karma, what goes around comes around. If you put out good in the world, it will come back to you one way or another. It might not be now, but it will come back to you. And I definitely learned that these past 2 years. No matter what happened in my life, no matter how down I was or how up I was always trying to be genuine, always trying to be nice. I never participated in the drama or fighting with other people. I always let other people win the fights and the arguments. I let everybody go and talk however they want to talk, as long as I'm right with myself and I know I'm trying to get better as a person on the inside and I'm trying to improve myself, because I'm not perfect either. I got bad habits from growing up, and that will come out, and I'm learning that. And that's another mental thing, just trying to get better as a person. A lot of people say they're working on themselves, but they don't know how to work on themselves. You have to know how to work on yourself to actually be a better person. And I lost a lot of things, like I said, like so much like mental things like going on. You have to deal with real life stuff while trying to get better as a content creator, like losing people, whether they passed away or whether you just lost them simply. Like life sucks sometimes, bro, but you still got to get on the game and do your thing and act like it's cool, and nobody watching it knows what the fuck is going on. But one thing that I found out is if I just put all my trust in God and just put nice and just be nice and genuine into the world, it's gonna come back to me, bro. And God does not need anything that I lost to bless me. What's really for me will really be for me. So content creating or YouTube or streaming, whatever it is, it's not just somebody getting on the game, and it's not just as simple as that. It's not that simple. You still got to deal with, I mean, some people have it easier than others. Some people have it worse than others. I'm not here to compare my struggles with anybody else's, but I'm just saying people gotta, like, they hop on the game. They have to get better as a content creator, but you also have to get better as a person and deal with the stuff that life throws at you without letting, you got to get on the face cam, put a smile on your face regardless for the next video you record. But like I said, I'm blessed for everything that I have today. I'm blessed that you guys are watching this video right now. I'm blessed for everybody that I met on the game. Tomorrow we're getting 2K23 gameplay. The next day we're getting the 2K23 myplayer builder, which is gonna be insane. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really excited for this year, not only for the game but the opportunities it's bringing. And I just want to put love into the community. I want to put love in the world and just keep being nice and genuine and just trying to keep some people are entertainers, some people are, you know, pro-am players. I just want to make people better at the game so they can enjoy their time on the game more. Like I said, the game is it's all some people have. So no matter what life throws at me, again, I'm gonna be mentally better, or I'm mentally better now than I was at the start of 2K22. I'm definitely mentally better than I was 2K21, and I'm just getting better mentally every year while getting better at content creating every year. One thing that I do is that's really bad as a content creator is whenever I'm not in the right headspace or whenever I'm dealing with something, I really don't like talking to anybody, and that's even replying to comments. Like, it's so weird, like the mental stuff. Like, you don't even have the energy to reply to comments. Like, you don't want to talk to anybody, even other content creators, even comment on my Twitter posts. Like, I just don't want to, like, I don't like talking to people whenever I'm in a bad headspace. And that's really bad as a content creator, and that's something I got to work on too. But there's a lot of things. There's a million things. And that's the beauty of it. Just finding one thing, getting better at it, on to the next thing. Like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Take it one at a time, step by step, and just getting better in everything you do. But like I said, we're getting gameplay tomorrow. We're getting the myplayer builder the next day. It's time to get to work. It's time to lock in. Like I said, I love everybody that supported me this year. We went absolutely crazy this year, and we're only gonna be going even crazier next year. We can really blow up. I just gotta stay locked in and just, I'm better now than I was a year ago, 2 years ago, just getting better. So next year, 2K23 can really be something special. I can't thank you guys enough for supporting the channel like you guys do. I did not expect to get the love that I have today. But like I said, 2K23 is coming out in just 4 days. So much love to all you guys, especially the ones that are here before I blow up. And I'll see y'all at work. Love y'all. Peace.